It's here, the biggest day of the week. The Lord rests and AJ is hard at work, bringing you all the sporting news and advice you need for the entire week, for your entire life. He always gives you winners. He never picks wrong. Forget his 9th place finish in the fantasy league. That was a mere aberration on his otherwise perfect record of all time. His name is the one, the only AJ Bokine. And
What's up, world? How we doing, guys?
Doing great. How are you?
Great morning. Great. I'm great. It's a great morning. It's a great, beautiful day. It's awesome.
NFC Championship Day, AFC Championship too. I guess it's Championship weekend.
It is Championship Sunday.
Yes, sir.
This is it. The last two real football games before the extravaganza known as the Super Bowl. What do you guys got cooking for today?
We have a fantasy football bust-up party at 11 o'clock, not at 2 o'clock this afternoon.
What happens in that party? The king gets crowned?
Yeah,
the king gets crowned.
Exactly. His quarterback is no longer in the playoffs, though. So
it doesn't matter. He won.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, the season's over. Week 17, it's over. Ninth place loser.
Well, that's a good place to start. Let's start talking football. I usually start with Homestead basketball, but today it's Championship Sunday. Let's do that. We'll get to Homestead. Yeah, but 2 games today.
Yes, sir.
We've got first at 2 o'clock Central Time, Washington Commanders at Philadelphia Eagles. They split their regular season. They're in the same division. Eagles lost when Hurts went out with a concussion during the game, and Jaden Daniels had 5 touchdown passes, and he had a bunch of turnovers too.
Yeah, 5 turnovers as well.
Yeah, but what do you think? Will this be a game? Will this be close? It's at Philadelphia.
You know what, Jack? I'm rolling with Jalen Daniels. I'm rolling with the Commanders.
I used to get excited when you picked somebody I wanted to win, but now I've learned that it's the kiss of death. When you pick somebody to win, that's it. They absolutely have no prayer.
I'm rolling with I don't know. I think first of all, he's a healthier than 2 quarterbacks. Second of all, I just think they're rolling offensively. And between Austin Eckler and Terry McLaurin on the outside, I think they'll be all right. I think they'll win. And it's supposed to be nice weather, too. So
I think it's supposed to be nice weather in both places today. Weather won't be a factor.
I think they're going to win. So.
Okay. Scorp, what do you think?
I'm going to go the other way. Fly, Eagles, fly. So
is that who you want or who you think?
No, I actually think I'd rather have the Redskins win. And I don't disagree with AJ. When you're on a roll like that, it's tough to beat. But I think they're good. They're physical. They got a solid, good defense. Their defense played really well, for a while now, and I think they'll slow them down enough to take control of the game. So.
Yeah.
You know who's the real winner today, though, Jack?
Who's that?
Herm Edwards, because Herm Edwards coached Jalen Daniels and played for the Eagles. So no matter who wins, Herm Edwards wins.
He coached Jaden Daniels before he got bounced out of ASU? Is that where he coached him?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't hardly say that it was a positive experience for old Herm, but I'd rather have him be coaching than have him be subjected to having him on ESPN. But
did he get tossed out of ASU?
Yeah. They ran him out of there.
Major recruiting violations.
He got run right out of there. The one big issue for their best commander, offensive lineman, tore up his knee against the Loins last week, so he's out. And they got that tough. Remember Jalen Carter when he came out of Georgia, and they thought no one picked him high because he had that something with a car accident and killed. Anyway, he had some stain on his. Yeah. So he fell to the Eagles, and he's just been dominating in the playoffs. That guy.
Yeah, he is an absolute load, and I mean
he's
quick.
He's a monster.
Yeah, he's tough. He's as good as they have. So they said he might be the most important person on the field today.
I do not want the Eagles. I'm rooting for the Commanders, but if the one team I really want to see win is Buffalo out of the 4. If I could pick one, and of course I have the least faith in them because they're playing the Chiefs, who are ordained by the referees to win every playoff game.
Yeah.
It's the year. It's the year for the Bills Mafia, right? It's Mafia. It's Mafia weekend, right?
Yeah.
Here,
It
right
is
now.
Mafia weekend.
Yeah, I'll guarantee you this: if the Bills win, there will be a lot of tables broken in Buffalo.
Well, there will no matter what. I think in Buffalo, but you think the Bills can logically? Or is that just your heart pulling for them?
No, I do think they can win. I do.
Why?
I think that I just think that they have more balance than they've had. I think that don't forget about this guy, Ray Davis, the rookie.
You're getting a little funky on your audio there, dude.
No,
There,
Ray Davis, the rookie for the Bills. He's the backup running back. But if they can get enough balance between the two of them, and they
Cook
get
and
enough
Mills, Cook and Davis.
Cook and Davis, if they can get enough balance between the two of them, and then I think all it's going to take is two stops because I think it's going to take two. Whoever gets two stops first is going to win the game because I think it's going to be a shootout. So I think it's going to take two stops to win the game. So
Can
we'll see.
Buffalo hold off that Chris Jones and the rest of that? They have some good pass rushers going against for the Chiefs.
Chris Jones also and Leo Chanel too, the linebacker out of Wisconsin.
He blocked the field goal last week.
Yeah, he did. He did. He's been really good for them. So, but it'll be a good game. But I think the Bills are going to win.
I think it's Buffalo's year too. I think it's their year. I think the Chiefs have been, they've been on edge the whole time, and I don't, Mahomes is absolutely amazing. I mean, you can't pick against him until you shouldn't pick against him, right?
Right.
But
right.
I think it's time.
Fun fact for all you sports fans out there: the Chiefs are the only 15-1 team to score less than 30 points in every single game this year.
To score less than 30 points once
in every game.
Every game. Yeah. Yeah, they've won when they've done just what they had to, just barely enough. But
Right.
ESPN had this. I don't know if you saw this chart this week where they said in the 11 playoff games the Chiefs have been in since 2020, starting in 2021, they have a massive edge in playoffs called, playoff penalty yardage, and in particular judgment calls like pass interference and roughing the passer. It's pretty amazing. It's eye popping when you see the chart. So you should take a look at that when you get a chance. And I hate to give ESPN any credit, but they're right on.
Yeah, but the NFL is going to have to start watching that pretty darn close, right? I mean, they're on hot seat for that stuff coming out because it's not good for football.
No, it's not.
What do we think? It's the WWE we got going on here, right? They used to say the NBA was fixed, right?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
The judgment calls are the big ones too. They're either 15 yards plus a first down, or for pass interference, the yardage.
Well, the most egregious one was the one against the Texans last week, the sliding penalty. When he went into the slide and the two guys ran into each other, and they called roughing up on the unnecessary roughness.
Yeah, that was bad. And then they showed him easing up, kind of stopping at the sidelines to try and get hit as he was going out of bounds.
You mean the Kobe flop?
Yeah, that was pretty bad. That was pretty bad too.
He slows down and guys back off, and then he takes off again.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope to God they win. I just have, and I think you're right. This will be their year. So I saw for the Packers still in football, they have to make a decision on who's the Quay Walker, whether they're going to re-up him, Jair, and Devontae Wyatt. Quay Walker too, I think, is up for whether they're going to extend him.
I'll take Swift. They can get rid of Jerry for all I care.
Would you? No one's going to trade anything.
I don't know, right? What are you going to? They think he's worth a second-round draft choice, but what are you going to get for him? I mean,
yeah, the answer is not much different.
You still try to trade him, right?
Yeah, you have to try and trade him. Whatever you get is, but you have to get rid of him. I mean, he's
a cancer.
Yes. Yeah, he doesn't want to play. I don't know. This guy, who was the guy years ago? He reminds me of a
Terrell
little bit of
Buckley.
Darrell Buckley, thank you. T-Buck, that
T-Buck.
never wanted to play in Green Bay.
By the way, T-Buck just got a coaching job for those who care.
I heard that.
Yeah, like Middle Tennessee State or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be a perfect trade again. Trade with Miami. Get him out of here and trade with somebody that's not going very far real quick.
Trade him for Tyreek.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right.
That's what we want. A guy with 1,000 yards and 11 kids. That's what we want.
1,000 yards. He gets almost 100 yards for every kid every year.
Touchdown.
I'm out, bro. That's what he said after that last game. Oh, man. He's a beauty, too. All right. Any other notes on the NFL? Anything else going on that we should be looking at or listening to?
Ben Johnson to the Bears. I don't think we discussed that at all.
Yeah, a lot of smack talk with Ben Johnson already.
Ben Johnson talking about I enjoyed beating Matt LaFleur twice a year.
Except he didn't last year.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, what do you think? Is he going to be the answer for them finally?
No.
Why not?
They don't have enough personnel in that team. They have Caleb Williams. Their offense is pretty good. Their defense is okay at best. But
people say they have a good defense.
I mean, I just don't see. I don't see it.
If they can get some offensive linemen, they'll be tough.
No, they got pretty athletic on the offensive side of the board. Besides, but we'll wait and see until they. I don't know.
I'm
still not a Caleb Williams big
Me
fan. And you read on him, and it's like
he runs around.
Not a quick twitch. Doesn't read all defensive all that well. I don't know. I'm just not athletic, but I'm not there yet.
There's nothing. Even before when he was with USC, I didn't like him. I had no idea he was going to the Bears. Now I like him even less. But it's something about him. I just can't. Maybe I'm wrong. But there's something missing or something.
Part of me is the thing that his dad just came out before the draft.
You can't listen to anybody's fathers. They don't know anything.
Yeah, part of me is like his dad came out, and his agent came out, and then all this other stuff just came out about him just being and starting early in the draft and like talking about Green Bay and just all this. But we'll see what happens.
Tell them to shut their pie holes and play some football.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
On the other end of that, how is Detroit going to do with replacing? They lost 5 coaches off their staff this week.
They lost 5 coaches.
Yep.
So the other coaches went with Johnson and
the other ones went to other teams too for a position up. They got a promotion from like defensive line to some. I don't know, but 5 total. That's a lot.
Interesting. Can anyone take Rich Bisaccia with him? Let's be real.
They're better on him than they were. I don't say they're great, but they certainly are better than they were on the special teams. Yeah. You don't like him?
No.
Okay. Who are you going to get to replace him?
Good question.
Those guys usually aren't the big names, although they're getting more notoriety than they used to. You never knew the special teams coaches, back when, but now at least they're getting some credit for what they do. It's a huge part of the game. Every game is not the most exciting. God.
Yeah, it's not the most exciting, but it's very valuable. So.
Yeah. What about the Raiders and doing Pete the Cheat is going over yet?
Yeah. Stick him in Vegas. He'll gamble every night. No, I'm kidding. But no. But that's a good deal for them. They still need a quarterback. But
how did it end up Pete Carroll though?
I don't know. I'm not a Pete Carroll guy, and of course he goes to a team I love, but it's I don't know. He people love how positive he is, and they say he's a good culture builder. And they listed young quarterbacks. He's not the offensive coordinator, but under his tenure, from Drew Bledsoe on up through Mark Sanchez over the years, more young quarterbacks than you realize he's had that have turned out pretty well. Not all great. Russell Wilson included.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Can you imagine him with Shador?
You might.
That could be fun.
what's there's all kinds of things going on already with the draft with who's Cam Ward, is it the guy out of Miami?
That's that's Jake's old quarterback at Washington State.
Yeah, well, he's supposed to be the number one pick now, allegedly. We'll see.
Yeah, now they have what's his name going third, right?
Please don't stick him in Tennessee. This is a disaster.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah. What did it? I saw that they haven't gone to the Giants.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Deion would love that. Yeah. Shador, New York will be on. Deion said this week he's going to stay at Colorado.
Yes.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, the Dallas hired. That was the biggest threat. That
Dallas hired Brian Schottenheimer.
Yeah,
there's another mess.
Yeah, that's a perfect one. I mean, guys, did he ever get a head coaching job? Is this his first one?
No, it's the first one.
Career assistant.
Yeah, just another guy Jerry can control.
Yeah,
perfect.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Exactly. Yeah, you got to give McCarthy credit for walking away. I guess it really surprised old Jerry when he did that.
Was that what happened?
Yeah. Because they wouldn't give. It wasn't the dollars; it was the length of the contract to be guaranteed, okay. and McCarthy walked away. And God, I mean, he's got to have plenty of money, Mike McCarthy. I mean, he's done pretty well. I don't know if he's still in the running for the Saints. I haven't heard. I think it's the last one available, isn't it?
That's the last one available. I heard he and Kellen Moore are the two.
Kellen Moore. Well, Kellen Moore's getting a lot of credit for Philadelphia's offense. I think Saquon had something to do with that. But,
maybe that's why they haven't announced it yet.
Oh, that could be.
Well, he hasn't interviewed yet.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You can't, because you can't interview until after your team's out, right?
Oh,
I don't know.
Saints would be a tough job. They seem to be in a mess for the last 5 years.
They're in a cap mess. That's the thing. They'll probably have to cut Kamara or Carr or both, and then go start over. So it'll be a whole rebuild.
There will.
Okay, maybe McCarthy needs to take a year off and I don't get in shape, or the guy could die soon. I mean,
he looks terrible, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He needs to come back to Kohler so I can sit next to him.
You'll pray for him. Tell him to lose a couple pounds.
Between you, if you took you and Mike McCarthy, AJ, they'd have the average weight of a person in the United States.
Valid point.
Very true. Very true.
I don't know. It still might be on the upper side.
Yeah. He's closer to 400. I'm closer to 100. We'll bounce up to 300. So good.
Okay. Where do you want to go next? You want to go Homestead High School basketball?
No, let's finish with that.
Okay. Well, I know where I want to go next. I'm because I don't think it gets enough credit. It's a huge story. The Stunner Down Under, Madison Keys upset the number one Sabalenka in the world yesterday.
Really? I didn't see this.
She did.
She became the third. When a 3-set, and they had to go to not extra innings, whatever the tiebreaker sets. But Keys won the first set, Sabalenka won the second, and then Keys had to come back in the third and beat her. So it was huge.
Didn't she win 6-2 like 6-2 in the second two?
Yeah. She
played a dominant performance.
She came back and stopped her in the third set.
Yeah, Keys was seeded 19th in the tournament. Sabalenka was number one. Keys had to beat Swiatek, who was number two, just to get to play her. And she became, I think it's the third oldest first-time Grand Slam winner in women's history of tennis. She's 29, I think.
Is that what she is? She's 29.
She's always been on the cusp, but never broke through until this weekend. So,
wasn't there somebody last year, a female that won, that was she 20, late 20s or 30s? Right?
I think so.
I'm trying to think of who that was.
But she might have won. She might have won one earlier because Keys is the oldest one in 10 years. Oldest woman
She's the oldest one in 10 years. I can't remember. I was thinking about that. I think it was an Italian woman.
I know who you mean. I know what you mean. I can't place it. But
she was the one that the father was like owner of some major league sports team.
No, you're thinking Pagula. She's not. She hasn't won one. She hasn't won.
Okay.
She's always right in there, though. That's who. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I can't think of her name.
Okay. Then I'm lost, Jack.
No, but there was an
try to
Italian
put me on the
woman.
tennis circuit. I can't keep up with the tennis circuit.
I just think that's so cool for her. There's someone who came out. She won her first pro tournament at 14 and was going to be the next coming, and then had all kinds of injuries and stuff going on, and she never gave up.
Yep.
She never gave up. She came through. It's just great to see.
Yeah,
good for her. Good for
her.
By the way, the fact that 29 is old in tennis makes me feel really old. Just throwing it out there.
Well, it's not as bad as it used to be. I mean, look at Djokovic and Nadal and who's the great Roger Federer. They played into their 30s. I mean, Doug, you remember? It seemed like all the major openers were teenagers and champions.
Yeah.
You know, nobody was in even their 20s playing anymore. It seemed like.
Right.
Remember, I remember Bjorn Borg. Didn't he retire at 25 or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Right? Yeah. They were all gone early. And how old are those guys? How old is Djokovic now? Is he 30?
He's 36 or 37,
yeah.
I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, he's probably done.
Yeah.
Done, but that's still amazing to play into their 30s and be.
Oh, yeah. Competitively.
Yeah.
Big time. Very cool. All right, so we got that one in. What about the Badgers play today at noon? Nebraska's coming in.
Yes, Nebraska's coming. By the way, the best player for Nebraska is from where? Does anybody know other than me? He's from Milwaukee.
What's his name?
Nick Janowski.
He's the best?
You said he's averaging 26?
He's averaging 26 and 15.
Wow.
26 and 15?
Yep.
How come we haven't heard?
How tall is he?
This is 4.
And he's not averaging 15 rebounds.
I looked it up.
I think you saw it. Are you sure you didn't see it?
I asked Alexa.
Are you sure you heard a game? He's not averaging 15. You're smoking something again.
Well,
now I got to go to my phone.
Keep smoking. Good move, AJ. You got rid of him.
Now I was gonna look it up.
Now I got to look this up. I'm so flustered with this.
Nebraska's, I think, 12-8. If I saw the thing right.
Yeah, Wisconsin needs to win though.
Are they going to win?
Yes.
How did they lose to UCLA? 85-83.
They lost because they scored less points.
Oh, thank you. Wow. You sports insiders really got the knowledge.
And B they had the lead, and UCLA made a run with like 4 minutes left, and they just couldn't recover.
UCLA's not bad.
No, they're 14-6. So
playing out on the West Coast.
Well, and it's tough. Shout out to Wisconsin. They're the only team I've seen so far go to USC and then play UCLA 2 days later.
What's wrong? They get a little mini vacation out in Southern California. What do you give them credit for?
No, once you're out there, why not be out there?
No, but I'm just saying, like, that's a tough schedule to go out there. Wow. So we'll see, but we'll see. They need a win today.
Maybe. What's your prediction? I don't want to hear maybe.
No, I said they need a win today.
Oh, they need to win. What are they going to get it?
They'll get it. They'll be 6-3 in conference after today.
Okay. What about the other Wisconsin team? Marquette won on Friday over Villanova, and you went to go ahead, tell us what happened last week.
So I went to Marquette's practice on Wednesday, and they kept emphasizing Michael Dixon. We got to shut down Michael Dixon, and they held him to 14 points.
Yeah, he looked frustrated most of the game.
Well, I heard he looked frustrated. I wasn't watching because I was handling some business down in Cedarburg. But yeah, so it was good. I mean, it was good for them, and I'm happy because I went to practice and I got to talk to Stevie Mitchell, David Joplin, and David Joplin and Ben Gold. So that was pretty cool experience.
Stevie Mitchell had a great game Friday night, offensively and defensively. He was everywhere.
He's a great kid, man.
Okay, wait. I'm just going to jump in here. I don't want to go back to Marquette basketball. Nick Janowski, you got his high school stats. Nick Janowski hasn't played this year in Nebraska.
What?
You're giving false information.
That's what they know. That's what Alexis said.
Yeah, you asked
what. Blame Alexa.
He's
My
giving
gosh!
Alexis stats. I'm looking for Nick Janowski. Nick Janowski's been redshirted or something like that.
AJ.
You're giving false information. You're giving his high school stats.
It's not like he had one or the other, scoring or rebounding. He's got neither. He's not even got minutes.
No, I think he's out. I think he's out hurt. So let's not switch back to Nick Janowski and give bad information on him, not being the best player on the team.
AJ, so you're supposed to be the oracle of truth in sports, and what the heck? Now we got to question everything.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
maybe Stevie Mitchell isn't such a great guy. Maybe he's out smoking cigarettes after practice. What do you?
Let's not get into that.
It was an amazing time. The intensity at Marquette basketball, they practice in that small gym downstairs. I mean, they got a great facility. There's literally 5 baskets in the whole gym, and you put 20 some guys in there, 7 coaches. It's a pretty, it's fantastic.
And Jack, we're going to a game too as well.
Excellent. How do they? I mean, and the announcers commented on it too. Stephen Bardo, who was really a good defender at Illinois in his day, was really commenting during the game on Friday night against Villanova how hard Marquette presses a team defensively. I mean, not just full court press. I mean, they're all over them all the time. How does a coach do that? I mean, you don't see that very often in college on a consistent basis where the defense is just crazy good.
Well, let me tell you, Jack, I was at practice the other day. That gym is not quiet at all. They're constantly talking, constantly communicating, constantly moving, the starters don't get a lot of work because obviously they played the night before when we went in there. But they're one of their signs in their gym says play with violence, and it's not meant as a bad thing. It's meant as play with physicality, play with intensity. It's just amazing to see them practice. They practice at the same level they play all the time. So.
Yeah, it's an intense practice and defense. It's
What's his secret to getting college basketball players to play that hard on that end of the floor consistently?
His secret, well, he said to me, it's interesting you asked that, Jack. He said to me at the end of practice, he goes, "Not everyone is built for the style of college basketball." And it was kind of interesting to hear him say that because you obviously don't hear a lot of coaches say, "Not everyone is built for this program," but he knows what he's looking for. And he only keep in mind, Jack. He only recruits high school kids. He doesn't take the guys from the portal. So
why is that?
I don't know. The only guy he took from the portal was before the portal, and it was Tyler Kolek. So it was I don't know. He just has a philosophy that he's been in 4 years, and he's had some of these guys for 4 years, and the guys he hasn't had for 4 years, he'll have for 4 years. So, it's definitely interesting for sure.
Yeah, but the physicality that they play and all upper body, all position, all upper body, all one-on-one drills. It was and just getting after it and they just kept working, and he's pretty, his timing is, but when it came, his timing on drills is, it's to the minute, but when it came to defensive one-on-one drills, if they weren't getting it, he was not stopping. It's like it almost felt like you want to touch the ball, you better play defense because and that's as a team. So the team's cheering with the one-on-one defenders constantly as they're going through this stuff because it's got to be a treat for them to touch the basketball at that point in time.
Right, exactly.
Right.
How long is it? How long was the practice total?
Probably no longer than an hour and 15 minutes.
I think it was close to an hour and a half, which was a little surprised because they didn't get home till 2:30 in the morning after Seton Hall, and it was. But yeah, but it wasn't. It was intense, but it wasn't a. a lot of positioning and who to play how during the during.
I was amazed that they got through their whole entire. Keep in mind, they didn't play Villanova until Friday. They got through the whole entire Villanova scout on Wednesday afternoon. So that was amazing to me.
What he's not a coach that is like you think of Bobby Knight, when he was made those guys play defense, but he was like an intimidating presence. Shaka
Right.
doesn't strike me as that. How does he come? How does he communicate? Is he high? I mean, he looks high energy, but like, what's his tone? Is he aggressive? Is he yelling at, or is he
No,
uh,
he's more so direct.
encouraging?
He's more so he's very direct with his players. And it's very he's he's not he doesn't yell.
Yeah, and if he does, he does most of the time. He's not. I notice this. He's not looking right at the guy. He's going to be looking like he's looking at you, and that guy's gonna. He's not going to stare this guy down or anything. It's like I'm looking at you right now, and I'm going to say something to him, but I'm not going to make him feel bad. But I think I go back to you know hit him in the forehead once and slap him on the butt twice, and
Yeah.
I think there's just a lot of he's both positive and
But
he'll drill him.
a lot of tough
But
love going
yeah,
on.
it's tough love, but he's not riding him or he's not. There's no way
Mm-hmm.
you compare it to Bobby Knight who's riding. No,
Mm-hmm.
it's I'm going to say a few words to be direct, and the team's going to all understand it. And I think
And they have to repeat what he says too, which is kind of
yeah, it is. Yeah.
So he makes them say it back.
At times, not always,
at times. Yes.
yeah.
All right. So do you see him? I hate to say it, but we couldn't get him at first. Do you see Marquette as his place? Do you ever see him leaving Marquette? What's your gut feel from watching him?
No, no. They're a very continuity university. They have they just hired an internal AD who's been there for 21 years. So as a deputy AD. So
Yeah, I think if he, again, he's playing the game his way right now, and how long he'll be able to get away with that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know with the players and things like that. As long as they can do that and keep going, I don't think you're going to find that at every university, right?
Right.
and a personal note, I just hope not because that staff was so accommodating to us, just in general, just as our visit. They knew we were coming. The assistant was so nice. Alexis, shout out to the whole program. Everyone was so nice and accommodating that it was just such a great experience.
Yeah, for total first class.
I went to the Marquette, Wisconsin game back in December, was it?
Yeah.
And the students are really into it. Bradley Center was a tough place for a home team to play because it just wasn't built for basketball. The sound and everything.
Yeah.
Much better situation now with the Fiserv Forum is definitely more geared.
They are 54-7 since Shaka's.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. But the kids again, total first class.
Nice.
The whole group.
Well, good to hear. That's really good to hear.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to high school basketball.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What do you have? What's the Homestead Highlander recap?
Yes, sir. So we only played one game this week. Played Cedarburg on Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
Won by 9. We were up 10. It was a good game. We were up 10 at halftime. They came out on a 14-4 run, tied the game. In fact, they took the lead. Logan Zaire is Cedarburg's best player. Isaiah is their best player. Had a big game against us, but we just came together at the end, and Trevor Polite and a couple ducks. And at the end of the game, we were up 9, and was a tough battle. We have 3 this week. We have the 2 West Bends and Verona this week. So we'll see what happens.
Are you going to Verona?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh.
We played Verona last year at home. So we go to Verona this year.
Wow. Okay. 2 West Bend schools are in conference, right?
Yes, for this year, yeah.
how many more conference games do you have this year on the
We
schedule?
have 9 total games left and 8 conference games left.
8 conference. Okay.
So we went through a whole first round and we finished 6-3. We're now 7-3, and we played Nicolay twice. Nicolay once more, Slinger once more, everyone else once more. So.
Will the teams you lost to? Do you have a good shot at the second time around, or what are you feeling?
Well, we lost to Slinger at the buzzer, so I feel pretty confident in that game. We lost to Nicolay by 4, and we lost to Bay on the road in overtime. So I feel pretty confident that this is the second time around. We'll I'd say pick at least 2 of them off, if not all 3.
Okay. And do you have any seniors who play a regular role in your
We have
rotation?
how many seniors do we have?
Yeah, I mean, they're the two big kids are both seniors.
They're both scholarship kids.
And then they got 4 of their top 6 kids are seniors.
So you've got a lot of they're well seasoned and experienced in what's going on.
A lot of experience, and our coaching staff has been together for like I've been there for 3 years. Credit's been there for 8, or since 8. So our coaching staff has been together for a while. So.
Yeah, they can, just like last year, they can play with anybody. It's just but there's there's just a couple. I think similar to last year, it seems, at least around here, you got Wisconsin Lutheran and De Pere, and then there's a lot of teams that can beat anybody and lose to anybody.
Yeah, really.
Right? They're all one, maybe one step back. But
look at Friday night. West Bend West, who's 6-6, beats Nicolay in overtime. So
big upset. Big upset
in the league. Port beats Sling. Port lost to Sling about a point, and Port had won 3 games in the league. So you never know. So,
yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Are you going to watch both games today? Switching back to the NFL.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be out at the lake. We got to hold. We have 20 plus people coming out for all 12 league members, some spouses, a couple of general managers. Will be.
Does anybody who finishes like 7th or lower have to pay double for the buffet?
We should make everybody that finishes between 9th and 12th have to run a mile or something like that.
That's what Dom does. That's what Dom does in his league.
Yeah, you can ride your wheelchair a mile and have all these other knuckleheads.
Ride it till it dies, Jack. Ride it till it dies. No, I gotta go. I still gotta get home tomorrow. So.
Okay. Now we've headed to the important part of the show, the segment that AJ has made famous. It's AJ's advice that emanates from the sporting world. You can apply it to everyday life to make your life better. What do you have for us this week, AJ?
I took it from a text that I got from Kreider this morning.
Coach Kreider, who's the head coach of Homestead.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Wait, you waited till today to get your thought? That's pretty last minute. What the heck?
No.
Prepare this?
No. It actually comes from your favorite coach, Jack. Tom Crean. It came from. It said, "Parents, your kids have so much going on in their head. Your job is to positively encourage them, not yell at them during their sporting events." So, I guess my whole thought on that is, there's so much that goes on with kids, 15, 18-year-olds, or even younger nowadays. Just your job is to positively encourage your kids, no matter what they're in, not to be there as a secondary coach. Well, you can be there as a secondary coach.
You keep going.
You can be there as a secondary coach, but not to be there as you can be there as a sounding board, but be positive with them all the time. So that's my thoughts for today.
Okay, very good. Crean said that, of all people.
Yeah, I know.
Mr. Negative.
One of my coaches commented in the group chat. He goes, Crean never yelled at the officials. But it was good. It was good.
It is good. So. It's good. Be positive reinforcement. All right. Excellent. Well, and have a good fantasy party, boys. Hope it turns out. Doug, I hope
Where
you're
you,
not too obnoxious.
where are you watching the games today, Jack?
I'm not watching the first one. I got work to do, but I really want to see that second game. I'll be watching.
Yeah.
Margo and I will watch it here. It'll be
Okay.
good. We both have our Bills hats on.
Yeah, yeah,
If
Mafia.
it
Where do you get one of those hats, by the way, Jack? The big blue ones that they got on.
this is a vintage one. You can get them online. I think we got them through 47. That company who does a lot of sports stuff.
Yeah, he's riding the bandwagon right now.
He's jumping on. Just don't jump off because I was.
That man, I just hope the bandwagon doesn't go off the cliff at 5:45 today or something. So for God's sakes. But all right, have a great day, guys. Have a great week. AJ, we will meet midweek unless you leak out again or something. So keep up the good work. Here's my positive reinforcement. Keep up the good work, you leaker. Way to go. Have a great week, everybody. That's all for Doug and AJ Bokey.